Recording in progress.
Welcome to the Bravo Rundown, where we discuss all of the hottest things happening in Bravo, from the news stories to the Reddit theories to the podcast to the shows. And I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, always, Sonia Weber. She
Hello.
is Bravo, Bravo, Books and Bravo, and Just Booking Around. And I am Real Melzer, Bravo, Genevieve Melzer, and we're so happy to have you here today because there's so much to discuss, but we want to start with our hot take of the week. Sonia, what is your hot take of the week?
So I have two, but they're both in the Orange County.
Ooh.
So while it wasn't this amazing episode this week, but I think the reason why is because Tamra had come in so hot the last two seasons. And this season, it seems like she has made a conscious effort. Like, I'm just going to be chill. I'm not going to go after anyone. I'm not going to discuss their drinking. I'm going to be chill. Is she just naturally that calm, or did she read all of the social media commentary and was like, oh, everyone said I was horrible last season? Well, even though I think Shannon drinks too much and Shannon shouldn't be drinking, I'm not going to call her out on it. I'm just going to stay quiet because that's what everyone on social media is saying.
Ooh, that's a good hot take.
I think so. And she's
Yeah.
kind of hinted around it on her podcast. It's like, I feel like I have a parasocial relationship with Tamara and Teddy, and they're like kind of like my best friends, as inseparable of housewives as they are. They just have a way of doing it. And the Tamara that is on her podcast is not the Tamara that is on Housewives of Orange County. And right?
I feel like Tamra, who's on Orange County, is Tamra, the character that she knows she has to be on Housewives to make storyline happen. And people, like all of the cast, that gives her crap. But the thing is, like, what would you be talking about if Tamra wasn't there?
Well, that's the thing. When she was fired, put on pause, that last season, everyone said she was too much. She comes in too hard. She's gone. We need Tamara back. We need Tamara back. The show's not the same. Tamara comes back. Oh, Tamara goes too hard on Shannon. And now everyone's saying the season is boring.
Right. Well,
So-
and I just saw something that Shannon was on Watch What Happens Live, right? And I guess they asked her, Andy asked her about how Rodrigo had said that Shannon was rude to him. And she was like, I don't know who he was. I'm sorry, I'm not rude to people, or something like that. And then he in the comments was like, he's like, I guess you don't remember, like, a nobody or something like that. And then the little like martini emoji. And Tamra responded at Rodrigo, iconic.
Oh, when was this?
This I
Recently?
think just happened. Yeah, because I just saw it like before we got on here. So I'm assuming that Shannon was just on, and maybe that's
She
when
was,
okay.
yeah, last night. But
Yeah.
why is Tamara getting messy in it all again?
That's what I'm wondering. I was like, wait a second. Okay. This
I think-
Tres Amigos thing is not going to last.
No, I think was it this week, another Orange County producer came out to say how horrible Shannon is.
Another one.
Yeah, and Teddy knows this one too. She was talking about it on her podcast. I guess at some point it's like, if this many people are saying it, it has to be true, but they keep bringing it back. So she's not bad enough to where it's an HR issue.
Right. Which is interesting. And I wonder what Bravo HR is like, because, you know, I'm in a small industry. It's the news, and everyone knows everyone. And if you treat anyone, including like production staff, with, you know, if you're like a prima donna and you're rude to production staff, that just kind of shows what kind of person you are. And that reputation will follow you.
Yeah, but she went on to Love Hotel also.
Yes.
That's
But
what's
remember,
crazy.
the host like roasted her and said that she was so mean. So
Yes, he did. Yes, and then he had to apologize.
yes.
And something happened on the Ultimate Girls Trip in Orange County at the
Yes,
Quiet
the
Woman.
Quiet Woman.
They keep alluding to it on Orange County, but do you think it was a mistake for OC to release their episodes before Ultimate Girls Trip? Because they can't flash back because we
Yeah.
haven't seen what it
Yeah.
was that happened, but clearly it's an issue.
I know. Are we going to be able to like see that? Because now it doesn't really matter that happened, because now they're made up on the show.
Well, we're in the future because
Right.
Ultimate Girls Trip filmed for 2 weeks. Then I think they got a short little break. Then OC picked up. So it's not coming in the sequential order of when they actually filmed. And then Tamra had said that her and Shannon weren't invited to the finale dinner
Yes.
in the Berkshires because of whatever happened. They wanted that resolved Which, did they want it resolved on OC, or did they not want another big blow up of however bad it happened at Dorinda's house?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too, because also did they want it on OC and then it was like a nothing on OC?
Oh, yeah. Maybe they wanted to save whatever the issue was to get it for the OC season, like start
Right?
out with a bang. But
Yeah.
then Tamara came in like, I'm not going to play that game. Like something happened from when she filmed that to when OC started. Maybe and she didn't express this, but I thought she's got to be upset. She has been in Orange County. She's been in Bravo for so long. Massive finale party, 20 years of Housewives. You were not invited because of a fight you got in with Shannon. I wonder if that was the kick in the pants to her to be like, I got to get myself together here for the new season.
Absolutely, because they always say, well, that Housewives book that guy wrote,
Oh,
the first one, the producer guy.
the one, not the one that Bravo paid for, or Bravo's behind?
Maybe
It's Diamonds and Rosé?
Yeah, it's that one, I think. That one, Diamonds and
Okay.
Rosé. In that book, they say, or he says, because they interview other housewives
Yeah.
in that book, right? And they say Tamara Judge changed Housewives because she was the first one who came on and talked about something that did not happen on camera when
Oh.
she said to Gretchen, "Did you go to Bass Lake?"
Oh, that's right. Was that season 3?
I think so.
This
And
is an
so like
early
she
one.
changed the game because then they were like, wait, what? Like no one had ever done that. And so the whole thing was changed ever since that moment. For good or bad, but she changed it. So she is like a pioneer of Housewives. So I
Oh,
can
for
see
sure.
why she would be upset that she
I
didn't
was
get to go
shocked
to
she
that.
was not there. Rhode Island cast was there, and apparently they started drama at Dorinda's house that night. But Tamara not there, and even Andy shows up at that party, and Tamara's not there. She's never, surprisingly, she has not expressed it on the podcast that she was upset about that. Let me
That's
jump into
interesting.
my other OC
Yes. Oh
hot take
yeah.
real quick.
Okay.
So in last night's episode, Vicky is having dinner with Mike, her son, who's like 40 now, which is crazy because we
I
saw her
know.
go to his college frat party. He says that he has not seen his sister Brianna in 8 years.
Yes.
That is crazy. Now, Vicky says they text and FaceTime. He hasn't met two of her children. I believe it was Mike that commented somewhere saying that he was on a layover close by. He wanted to stop by, but because of issues with her husband, he couldn't come see her.
Oh, I was wondering too, the fact that he said that and then that Vicky said that they talk all the time on the phone. I was like, do they?
I know. They
I,
never seemed close even on the show,
and I
right?
was, yeah, like, not really. And like, I was wondering, I was like, did she just say that to try to like cover, like,
I think so.
yeah, he hasn't met two of the kids. I mean, that's pretty extreme.
That's great. And I read somewhere after she had said that Brianna lived in Dallas, I was like, oh, she's in Texas now. Where in Dallas is she?
Oh.
They're like in a suburb outside of Dallas. I hadn't heard of it, but apparently they moved for the kids' sports, which,
Oh, okay.
Dallas
So that's
football,
big.
like,
Okay. Oh, yeah.
this is very big in
Okay.
Texas, like high school sports. But anyways, I was just shocked by that. And Vicky has really kept that quiet. And I think that would have stayed quiet if Mike didn't bring it up on camera.
Yeah, and Vicky probably was not happy about
I
that.
know.
But I kind of love that Brianna and Michael were always like loose cannons for Vicky and like always saying the things that she would never want you to say. Like even the flashback of him when he was like, my mom is crazy. She's going to have a heart attack. Like I'm like, oh, shots fired.
And now he works for mom. He has lived all over the world. He's like living this amazing life. Because remember how much he hated his mom? And then at some point he
Yes.
turned it to, well, I realized if I can make good money or if I can buy a boat selling life insurance, then I'm going to do it. And he's doing it.
I know. I mean, family business, if you got one, join it because
I-
that's always the way to go.
But it is sad, just like finale thing to say about Mike and his sister because Vicky is so close to her brother and her sister, and her brother still comes to the Puerto Vallarta house. Like he was a bartender on Watch What Happens Live when she was
my
on recently.
gosh.
Like she's that close that it has got to hurt her that her two kids aren't close.
Yes, 100%. Okay, my hot take of the week is something we discussed on the pod. Was it last week? But I fleshed it out a little bit more. And And then I'm like, well, is it? I don't know if I still believe it, but I do believe something is going on. So it's about Southern hospitality. So that blind came out that said something about the bar spinoff show that had a scandal, which that part doesn't fit into my theory, but it says it has a scandal and it's like it's canceled, but it's changing or something like that. So my brain, I was like, oh, it's Southern hospitality because we've heard that Leva is quit or fired or being quiet about Southern hospitality. Then I heard that none of the cast has contracts yet. Then TJ posted that he is like, I'm going out on my own. I'm making Sir Wieners on my own. And then Joe Bradley posted that he is now with a new hospitality group. So then we are friends with Charleston Bravo-holic, aka Shannon, and she has all the good Charleston tea. So we found out that Joe Bradley was working for Uptown Hospitality Group. And so I reached out to Shannon, Charleston Bravo-holic, you should follow her. And I was like, is that the same group that Craig and Austin have their bar, their restaurant? By the way, they're like, owners or whatever, part owner, I don't know how that works out. But she said yes. So then my thinking is, okay, so they're canning Leva. It's not going to be at Republic anymore. It's going to be about this other hospitality group. Joe Bradley, you could have Craig and Austin on for cameos. Then I just see this clip of Joe Bradley, Craig, and Austin talking about how the hospitality group they work for, the place they represent, also does weddings.
I saw that reel just a little while ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the second reel in 2 days that Joe Bradley is in with Craig.
Okay, so so there's something going on, and people were commenting, oh yeah, Craig just said that they've been filming together, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't follow Craig, so I don't know that. So now
didn't you send me someone made a comment that Craig had put in his stories?
Yeah.
What did he say? Filming
like something
starts in
about
4 weeks.
Yeah, like about Joe Bradley and
something. Southern Charm should be. I mean, they were in Hawaii on a cast trip, so they must be wrapped up. So if filming starting in 4 weeks, then I think your theory might be right.
I feel like the new Southern hospitality is going to be centered around the hospitality group that Craig and Austin work for or work with or whatever. And then it's just kind of like all in one. Although I don't know why you have to get rid of Leva. That seemed to work too, but maybe
something happened. I wonder if that is the scandal. Leva just posted today something about starting fresh or something, finding out who I am.
Oh.
Very cryptic.
Okay.
So I wonder if the scandal is something happened. And then if it's not called Southern Hospitality and it's called something else, do they have to address what happened with Leva?
Yeah. I wonder because someone else was like, that's her show. And I was like, okay.
I think she's executive producer on it.
Yeah. So, she was like the Lisa Vanderpump of Southern Hospitality. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot different. And then somebody else was saying that maybe it was because, I think it was Josh the Roni Stan was saying, like, is it because Leva aligned herself with Emmy and that was very problematic? Or, who she
I think
was
it's
aligning.
deeper.
Yeah.
I think it's deeper. I think it's got to be something with, is Republic the name of the whole hospitality group?
I don't know.
Whatever that group is. And I think something happened there with Bravo. I think it's bigger than that. I don't think it's as simple as citing. I mean, I don't mean to simplify what that was, but I think it was more of a business finance thing. Do we need this much of Craig and Austin on a second show?
Oh my, no. I mean, I saw that clip of Craig and Austin and I was like, uh-oh, the off season, but I guess it was the on season didn't do them very good because Craig looks, the page did that man well, okay? I'm just going to say it looked like he needed to be some manscaping. He looked like maybe he's been drinking or
rosacea
his face was
or
red.
A sunburn.
Yeah, I'm just like, are you guys okay?
But one thing, like when you were digging into this, we saw that hospital. What is the name of the hospitality? The other hospitality group?
Uptown
Uptown.
Hospitality. Yeah.
So looking that up, the guy who owns Uptown Hospitality,
Yes.
he looks like he could be one of these Southern Charm boys. So I could see, because Leva, people didn't like Leva. Leva got a lot of hate.
Yeah.
I could see here's another good old boy like Craig Austin Shep. He's the one that runs the hospitality group. Let's make him the Leva now. He looks like him. He's a dad. He's got like young kids, wife. And interesting, all the Southern hospitality kids follow this guy, and all the Southern Charm guys, people follow him. So I could see maybe he's going to be the new Leva.
I could I mean, that tracks. And then I just feel like they have such a built-in audience for people who want to see Craig and Austin, I guess, that having them pop in would probably do the show well, you know? So
Yes.
I get it. But I mean, it was cool to have a cool woman running a business too, you know?
Oh, I loved Leva.
Yeah,
I think she was a strong woman.
Yeah.
And you know how a very strong woman can get so much hate. She was running her business, and her husband ran it with her, but he didn't want to be on camera. So we really didn't get to see the dynamic of how the business was truly run.
Right. I know. And I always thought she was like a good firm boss on Southern Hospitality, and that it was just like on Southern Charm, she didn't really do much. She kind of like stuck her nose in things when she didn't really, it was just like Southern Charm was different. Southern Hospitality, her was great, was like, this is where you found your footing. You're good on this show.
She had a falling out with Cam. She said that when she got on Southern Charm, she stopped talking to Cam.
And they were like really good friends.
Yeah, they were. I wonder if it was a
bad.
Portia Kelly kind of situation. Why are you
Portia
coming
Shania.
for my? Oh, yeah, sorry. Why? Everyone's talking about Kelly this week because of that Carlos King interview. Like, why are you coming for my stuff?
No, literally. Let's talk about we got our Atlanta reunion looks. We also got our Valley reunion looks this week. So two very different aesthetics. And I don't want to out you, but you did say something that maybe you thought that Britney's outfit was not that bad. So I am outing you.
When I saw the photo of Britney, I was like, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. And then I saw a video of it, and I'm like, oh no, it doesn't look good in the video. But Lala's in photo looked bad, but when I saw the video, it didn't look as bad.
Yeah.
But as a whole, okay, let's just look at what Janet and Jason's house looks like and what Shamia's house looks like. That kind of explains the difference in the looks of both of these casts.
Yes. And the ladies of Atlanta, they really brought it. And they did this reveal video on Bravo. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't stop watching this because it's like fuzzy, and then it like clears up and you're like, oh, and then I was like, wait, I want more. When I watched the trailer for Atlanta reunion, I did notice one thing that I was like, oh, that's weird, is that Cynthia's, it's like pants when she's sitting. Hers is black, and it's like pants with like
I didn't see that. Is it like a big coat, sweater, cardigan situation? But her photo, I'm like, she is a model. I was like, oh no, she's literally a model. She was literally a model.
Oh yeah.
I mean, gorgeous. She got a new stylist, someone said. I forgot his name, and I hate to say that.
And I think that her confessionals have been like, I've loved them all. I just was like, wait, is that pants? So I wasn't sure, so I still need to see that. But I thought...
But I love pants like that. Like a baggy, wide...
No, it's tight.
No?
It's like a tight cat suit.
Emily Simpson, kind of, the way she used to always wear those leggings?
I think so. Yeah. You have to see it and get back to me. I actually I love Portia's. I love Shamia's.
Yes. Wait, does she have one of the ones around the neck?
It's gold. Yeah, and it's like, I want to say like clam shells because it reminded me of like shells. But I was like, oh my gosh, like these K. Michelle, like they look fabulous. And then...
Wait, you're going to love this. Hold on. One thing on Atlanta, this comment I read, you're going to love this. Someone used it in a negative way to say that Pinky looked like Mrs. Roper. And I responded saying... on our podcast account, by the way.
Oh,
So it's
good.
for both of us. I said, I love Mrs. Roper and Mrs. Roper style, and Pinky can do no wrong or something like that. I loved Pinky's outfit.
Me too. I loved Pinky's, and I love Mrs. Roper too.
We do love her moo
We love
so,
her, yeah. And like,
you know.
I want to be Mrs. Roper like every Halloween going forward for like the end of time, right? Like,
Yes.
she's just amazing. Yeah, no, Pinky's was amazing. It's like every what's her name? Angela was amazing.
Angela
Even
was good.
Drew. I think Drew looks
looked good.
awesome.
No, I think Drew, when I first saw it, Drew was my favorite. The
Yes,
black.
yes.
And then I was like, Pinky, you know I love my Pinky. Pinky's looked, I just loved hers, conservative, but still the glam, very 1920s glam.
Yes, and then I loved Portia's, and then like I said, then I saw some Shamia's, and I was like, oh, I love this, and it's different than everyone else's, and it's like gold, and everything kind of works together. It's like green, gold,
It did.
black, right? And then everyone on the Valley, Ben on Watch What Crappens said that Britney's was the worst. He was like, this is the worst reunion look we have ever seen. And he talked about the construction of it. And what I wanted to say to you was, okay, so Britney, it's a theory that could have worked. What Britney wore was actually, if it can be done correctly, it is what Stassi wears in her confessional in episode 1. It's going to be on the thumbnail of this video. It's this brown corset top.
Right.
And then like some sort of, I think it's like a skirt thing.
That's, yeah.
So it's similar, but it's like, that's the way you do it correctly.
She's not going to dress in that conservative
But
fashion girly way
it's like
of
the
Stassi.
same. And then also that showed a picture of Britney sitting in that. And it was cutting, it was so ill-fitted. It was cutting into her boobs and making it was terrible. And you
It's
have
like-
to think of what it's going to be like when you
That's
sit.
the thing. Like when people do the crop tops and they sit, people like Amanda Petula, Sierra, like they can pull off the crop top, but I cannot pull off a crop top and sit down the entire, you know what I mean? Like you just
Yeah.
have to be aware of how it's going to appear when you sit. Really,
Because-
all of the dresses.
Yes, like because remember when Jennifer Tilly wore her face dress? And
Yes.
she said, but this is a standing dress. She's like, when I sit, it's all smushed.
Yes.
And so that's one of those things you have to think about for a reunion is like, what does it look like when you're sitting? Because you're going to be sitting for at least 8 hours.
Well, like the interview outfits on the Valley too.
Yeah.
They are pretty far. They are on a couch. Whereas on Housewives, you're in a chair and it's more like your upper torso. But on the Valley, it's on a couch and they're sitting back. A lot of them get that wrong too.
Yeah, and they did that on In the City too, that couch. I wonder why they decided to do that for those shows.
I don't like that.
I don't
I'm
like
sure
it either
they don't
because-
like that. Like,
No.
because they can wear sweats underneath. Because I think maybe it was like Kyle or someone had, I don't remember who it was, some housewife, they were wearing sweats and they just had a nice top on and they can get away with it for confessionals. Because also, like, when you have gastritis, like I do, if I'm sitting for 8 hours in a tight pant or a dress, like,
Yeah.
oh, it's going to flare up really badly.
And they talk about that sometimes, about how you have to sit a certain way.
That too.
So you
Yeah.
look good in
Yeah.
so you can't just be like, no, I don't think so. You know what I mean? You have to be like,
And then
well,
the sciatica.
actually.
These are not spring chickens here.
Right,
Like,
so you got to make sure they say that their backs hurt after the
Yeah.
reunion because everyone's sitting like proper, right? So you look better. You can't be like slouching. And so you have to think about that too because things going to be cutting into you
Yeah.
for, the whole day. So, yeah. Also, I think I sent this to you, but I just have to say it here on the pod. For all of our Beverly Hills 90210 fans out there, Kelly and Brenda wore a matching prom dress in one of the big first seasons, right? It was white on top and black on the bottom. So when I see Lala's dress, it's white on top and black on the bottom. And all I could think about was that prom dress.
Homecoming. It was Homecoming.
Oh, Homecoming.
It was
Yeah.
Homecoming. Yes. You know my obsession with that show. Cindy Walsh coming out and seeing Kelly in that dress and Brenda hasn't come down the stairs yet. I know. I nerd out on that.
I
It's
love
pretty
that.
bad.
Yes,
It's bad.
yes. That's so good.
But overall, Atlanta wins over the Valley. Janet had the best dress on the Valley.
Agreed. Yeah, Janet was best dressed. And, Janet just knows how to dress. I'm sorry. Like, she's good friends with Ariana. Maybe she got a good stylist.
I bet she did.
Ariana, because everyone else, use your money to get a stylist.
But Janet is not comfortable in her outfit. That's the only thing. Like, if you look at her picture, the way she's posing, she looks beautiful, but she could see there's an awkwardness in everything. Like, when she posts pictures online, she just doesn't have that natural, like, which is not easy to gain.
Right,
I mean,
no.
It's in her hair. She needed an updo. That was the last
you're right.
thing.
And somebody else did comment because I was like, I made a video about it and I said, Janet looks the best. And someone said, Janet is wearing a black thong.
Tamra said it on her podcast too.
Okay.
I saw it in the video. She turns around to show her back, and I didn't know it was a thong, but I could see black underwear like coming out. I'm like, really, Bravo? Like your little social media crew, you couldn't have said, "Hey, let's do that again." I could see your underwear like that was just rude. Like, come on.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, so she won with the dress. So there was a couple things she didn't win at, and then all of the guys.
Three of them look like they could be in a boy band because they had different color suits. Jason's reminded me of Boyz II Men had a video where they were all in like, what is it? A double-breasted suit?
Yes.
And that's what Jason's looked like. I kind of liked Benji's with the no shirt.
Oh, I like Benji's. And I have to tell you, Boyz II Men is playing at the California State Fair tonight. So
was Babyface there last weekend?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Like the weekend before. Oh yeah, and Ja Rule was there.
Ashanti?
No, but just Ja
together.
Rule. No, Nelly and Ashanti are together.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. Did Ja Rule date Ashanti?
Well, they had like songs together.
That's it.
Yeah. So
I wish I could go. I saw Boyz II Men in Vegas.
You did? I love that. I know. I was like, oh, that sounds fun, but also it's going to be very hot, and I'm always tired on Friday nights. But anywho, let's discuss the next gen seating chart. But you have to tell me why people are. There's controversy about it.
Well, it's just so shocking. So Ariana and Charlie got the first 2 seats, which of course, like they deserve them. Like if they had it last year. Brooks is in the last seat. So is Hudson, which Hudson has not even been on the show.
Right.
So, of course. But Brooks, this is like his show. But what is he even talking about?
No, it's like this show wouldn't exist without Brooks. He's kind of right? He's kind of like the pinnacle, and everyone kind of is there because of him. I guess Ariana is kind of the lead for this season.
I think it just turned out that way.
Right?
I think she's very girl next door. Last season too, right? Everyone loved her. She's so self-aware that like when she's going out to Liam's house for his birthday dinner, she's so self-aware, like, I know, like I'm kind of a mess. My mom, the divorce, like all this. Like, who would want their child to date me? Like she just has this self-awareness.
Yeah, she seems so level-headed too, for like all of the chaos that her life has been and like who her mother is. She seems like the opposite of who Kim Zolciak is.
I put in my Substack, I think the delusion skipped a generation, which what does that mean for her children?
Oh, really, really. I did want to ask you about, okay, so is this like hanging out, is it Liam, the guy she went to the house, so his parents are there, right? So it's like a new relationship because her and Hudson just broke up. But do we really need this like love storyline for Ariana when she just broke up with Hudson? I would love to see a like single boss bitch season of like her being single, but instead it's like this new love storyline, which just feels a little contrived.
You think so? See, I think it's just who she is. Do you remember, like, Don't Be Tardy for the Party and all those shows that they had? Yeah, she was so boy crazy from such a very, very young age. Like, she would get in trouble. She was always on the phone talking to boys. So I don't think it's fake. I think there's a little bit of flirt. Maybe they're adding it on a little bit, but I think there's flirtation there. I think they're having fun. I don't think it's made up for the camera.
Well, what about the Charlie of it all?
Well, last year also, remember he said all the guys love Ariana. They all think she's
so
cute.
Just like chill. You know what I mean?
Girl
she's
next
like the
door.
Cool girl. Yeah.
Yes. So I that one I'm like, I do think Ariana probably did hook up. Like that's what everyone's saying from the preview that she hooks up with Charlie. Like I think she probably did. But she's 23.
Oh, that's
She's
true.
single after a 10-year relationship,
Yeah,
you know?
you do
Like
have to
she
kiss
doesn't
a
know
lot
what
of
she's
frogs
doing.
to get to your
I
billionaire
mean,
prince that you
well, that
already
was should
had.
be
And
Liam. I don't know. Like Hudson seems like I don't
but
know.
doesn't okay, but aren't her and Hudson back together anyway
Yeah,
now? So it's
supposedly
kind of
they
all
are.
like,
We didn't
all
need
for
to know.
nothing. Yeah.
But I kind of get like everyone thought it was fake that they just broke up for a
Yeah.
storyline. But the way it's been described, it kind of sounds like you did what you needed to do because he was doing nothing. He comes from money. He must have a huge trust fund. So he just sat around doing nothing all day. And that's not attractive to see in a partner
No,
that they have absolutely
no.
no motivation. So she's like, I'm gonna leave. I can't do this anymore. And then he gets his act together. And so she gets back with him. Like, I actually believe if they've been on and off for 10 years, how
That
could you just end it?
I know. And like with your mom, with your mom probably behind you being like, do not end that. That is our lifeline. That is going to
Like
be,
Big Kathy and
yeah,
the Hiltons and Richards over
you
there.
said it,
Same
not me.
thing. Uh-oh. But also, it seems that Ariana must make good money like Lindsay as an influencer.
Yes. Because she's like, you wouldn't be, TikToking your every move if you weren't making good money.
The
You know what I
movers.
mean? Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like on House of Stassi. I know we'll talk about it a little later. How
Let's
Bo.
talk about it now.
Okay, you want to jump in? Okay,
Yeah.
so I think it was on episode 2 where Bo wants to go back to work and he wants to go back into casting, and Stassi's like, I mean, you have a huge following, like utilize that. And he's like, I don't want to be an influencer. Here's a pots and pans because I cook every day for 9.99. And it's like that is the world for reality. It really is. Like you're a
Yeah.
reality star. You don't know where your next show is going to come. So make sure you become an influencer. Make sure you get that following so that you can, make money off of just being on social media, which is absolutely crazy.
I know, and it's true because remember on Rhode Island, Ashley I's husband, he doesn't want to be an influencer either, but he has like a crap ton of followers, like 1,000,000 too, right? Like she
Yeah.
has 1,000,000. I think maybe he has that too.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to do that. So he has his coffee shop that he's like putting so much time and effort into, right? But it's like, okay, I get it. Some people, because I'll tell people like, because like I like TikTok and like that's an avenue for me to be creative. And for me, it's so easy. I'm just like, oh yeah, just get on there and like make some videos.
Yeah.
Not everybody
No.
wants to talk to a camera, feels comfortable doing that. And it's like, oh, you have to remember that. So even though they have these huge followings, they don't want to do that.
No. And I guess for a man, it's different from a woman too. Like for a woman, we're always, oh, let me share what I bought. Let me show you what I got. Oh, I really like this. Like, like connecting and sharing things. Men aren't like that. And also Jared, Ashley's husband, everyone says how he's so hot, his jaw, his chin structure, whatever. I saw his social media. I'm like, he's a big dork. He's got all these like little comedic kind of, I'm like, what do you mean he's so attractive with his jaw? Like, no, he's a dork.
The show was outstanding. There is a little bit of some tea going around because people have spotted some of the closed captioning that didn't line up with a scene, which it was Katie and Ariana Madix at Something About Her. And it says something like, how do you like saying the word fiance? Or like, your fiance, you like saying fiance, and the other person is like, yeah, it's really fun. I love saying fiance or something, right? So everyone's speculating that Ariana Madix is engaged or that Katie Maloney is engaged.
I know, which there was a picture of Katie, it was on the top of the Empire State Building or something, her hand around her boyfriend. It looks like there is a ring on her engagement finger. I don't know that engagement finger on her wedding ring.
That's
Her
right.
finger.
Your
The
wedding
ring finger. I don't know.
engagement.
I don't. But to me, it was a blurry photo, but it didn't look like an engagement ring. But I think the bigger issue here is one, Ariana told Sandoval she never wanted to get married. So maybe he wasn't the right guy. But with Daniel, it just feels right, and she does want to get married.
And apparently, I didn't know this, but the Love Island sleuths had spotted a ring on Ariana's hand and were speculating that something had happened. So now, right, people are like, oh, well, look, the Love Island people were right. So it seems like they filmed something, they got the captions, and then they ended up cutting that part. So the person, Ariana or Katie, had said that on camera, right? So it's not like they don't want it out there, or
Yeah, well,
maybe
and we talked about how like I don't think Ariana's gonna go do a People magazine cover when she's engaged.
no.
This is she probably doesn't care. Like, okay, it's gonna come out at some point. Oh, we're talking about it. That's fine. I'm not gonna make a big deal. I'm not gonna make a statement anyways. Because
Yeah.
she has graduated from doing those things and she is a full star. She doesn't do brand deals and stuff, correct?
No,
Okay.
she's just like I no, like sometimes I see her with that kind of stuff, but yeah, she's just like a rad host and actor. She's like, on shows but it is interesting that she would come back on the Stassi show too.
I
I
know.
found that really interesting. I was like, okay, that means that these girls actually like have each other's backs.
I bet it was for the sandwich shop
Yeah.
because that scene in the sandwich shop would not have been on TV if Ariana wasn't there. So she
Hmm.
probably said, "Hey, let's get our restaurant on the show."
Yeah.
But people aren't even talking about that. Where everyone is talking about the actual show. I did a poll on YouTube, which is all Bravo people that are subscribers or whatever.
Hmm.
And it was like 60% said, no, I'm not watching. 40,
Oh.
yes. There's a lot of hatred. Like after Stassi's consolation, cancellation, people don't want to watch her and they are
Mm.
not interested. Then those who did watch are like, Hulu is changing the game for reality TV. It's more like next gen. Would you say that?
That's yes, I was okay. So I noticed that the pace was so I watched House of Stassi and then I watched Next Gen after, and well, I did actually try to watch Real Housewives. So sorry, Bravo, but listen up. I tried to watch Real Housewives of London, and I
Oh,
was like, oh, I can't watch this right now. So I put on Next Gen. The pacing of House of Stassi was like boom, boom,
yeah.
boom. The pacing of Next Gen is very similar. I was like, the production values on both of these shows are really good. And Hulu, yeah, they know what they're doing, and Bravo better watch out.
Well, it's the concept of no fourth wall anymore. And everyone,
Yeah.
that is what everyone is talking about House of Stassi. I mean, just flat out saying, like, they asked in episode 2, like, they're talking about the marriage between Bo and Stassi and saying, like, are you worried, like, coming on TV would affect your marriage? And she goes, it's too late. Here's the show. I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah.
We've already signed the contracts. We're already on the show. And as we're filming, he brings up that there's issues. Can't do anything about this now. Never, ever would have happened. And thank you, because we as viewers, like, stop pretending like you're not filming a show. You are filming a show. And let's address the fact that you're filming a show and how outside factors affect filming a show.
No, it was raw and honest, and it was also bougie, which I really enjoyed that part. I was like,
Wait, what do you
oh,
mean by bougie? Is it
because
because
like they
Stassi is
were
that way?
like they were in Italy. Like
Yeah.
everywhere they were was like glamorous, and like the fashion was really nice, and like it was just felt
Well,
like I was like
Stassi's
we
is.
yeah, like we have lots of money, right? I was like, oh, we got lots of money. We're not on the valley like slumming it, They go to some pretty bad places. The in
Dave and
this
Buster's and Chili's?
Yeah, like in the city, that's nice because I feel
It
like we
is.
watch these shows as like something to aspire to, or like, ooh, a peek under the curtain. It's like we don't need a peek in the curtain of the valley. I like watching the
No,
people. We're like, oh
no.
no, we're like, cover that, cover that. We didn't want to see this. But like in the city, that's kind of cool because those
Yes.
people have money. The places they're going were kind of cool and fancy, right? And Stassi, it's like we start off in Italy, and it's like cool, and then we're in Vegas, and it was like clean Vegas, it wasn't like it wasn't the dirty part of
Alex
Vegas.
Cooper's Vegas?
Yeah, like and like there was huge like all of the
Yeah.
Mormon wives were in it all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and
The aspirational lifestyle. That's what
exactly,
reality
yeah,
needs,
and
and
like
that's why Valley's hard.
exactly, and I totally understand that people still having issues with Stassi, like that makes sense to me as well. It does seem like she's similar. Do you think that this show is going to break up Stassi and Bo?
That's what worries me. And we talked
Yeah.
about last week with Salt Lake City that when you're in a marriage and there are issues and you're choosing to show your issues on camera, are you going in saying that we are not going to break up? Like that is not
Yeah.
going to happen. We are not getting a divorce, but we're going to talk about what we're having issues with. The problem is they showed a clip from Vanderpump Villa where Stassi told Bo maybe we should get a divorce or use the divorce card. Like that's scary.
Yeah, and if that was happening at Vanderpump Villa and there was that huge fight about the tattoo, because he got his sister's name tattooed on his arm and she wanted, and this was, I think, one of those like wife things, or maybe, like you're in a relationship, you're like, just say it. Like she
Yeah.
wanted him to say, yeah, I would get your name tattooed too, but he wouldn't say that.
You know what it is? It's the same dynamic as Melissa Gorga, Joe Gorga, and Teresa. Bo, Stassi, Georgie, Georgina, whatever. I don't know
Oh
which
yeah,
one.
there's Georgia and Georgie. I was like, wait,
I think
those are the
Georgina is
sisters'
Stassi's
names?
sister, Georgie is Bo's. But I think what it is there is a jealousy both ways. When you
Yes.
have a sister sibling, it's like, well, Bo, you need to make sure, like, I should be getting attention. But also, Georgie, it seems like she just goes and holds Bo's hand, grabs him, and just starts walking and holding his hand. Like, Georgie needs to be a little more respectful of the relationship Bo and Stassi has. And Bo's like, this is my little sister, didn't find out about her till I was
Yeah.
21. I don't want to hurt her. And whereas Stassi is probably like, I'm the woman in your life. Like, it's me, your mother, it's me. Because that's why you have issues with like a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, right?
Right,
It's
right.
competing for the attention. It's that same thing.
But also, I have to say, the sister is Italian, and that is different. So she's gonna be more affectionate. That's just the way Italians are. They're like more loving, and that's like how they are in their nature. So it's not like a weird thing. It's just like that's how they
But
culturally
still, it's your
are.
husband. It's like,
Well, he should have just said, yeah, I would get your name tattooed also.
no, he said
But
no.
he was
Then
putting his foot
because she'd
down.
probably say, then get it. She'd
Well,
probably say
and
that.
I think that she really wears the pants in that family.
100%.
Right, like she's like, okay, well, just make sure that you call and book the whatever for the party. And I'm like, dude, this guy's got his hands full. You're in Vegas living it up. Right, that's hard too in a different way. But
Well,
like,
that I worry about for their marriage. So in episode
yeah.
2, he's the stay-at-home dad. It's classic stay-at-home mom struggles that they have, but it's reversed as the man.
Yeah.
She is going off, living her best life, making big money. But as she's making big money, she's going on private jets to Vegas. She's going all around the world and getting all these experiences while he's stuck at home cooking, like getting the kid, like just stuck in that world of like small children. And it's like, I don't want this. I want to do casting. And she said, like, go back to casting. Like, that's what he did as a job. And she's like, well, then things don't get done. Like, I was complaining to you this morning how I have to re-register the kids for school every year.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that.
You
And I'm
do
getting doctor's
everything.
appointments and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So I could connect with Bo that it's like, okay, you're traveling for work, doing this, you're having great experiences. I cannot be stuck here. But for Sasha, she's like, but it makes life easier that you're the one home so I can go do these things. That can be a big issue in the marriage.
No, absolutely. And I think like she is bringing in a lot of money. So that part,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, but I'm bringing in all this money. And
Well, she
you're,
tells him, I will pay you to stay home, whatever you would make doing casting.
oh gosh. See, I watched the first episode, so I haven't seen that yet. But I did see in the first episode, it was a little bitchy when she said, I decided to do this show so that I could make my friends and family some money so they could level up. And I was like, oh, no, no. I was like, this is not good. Do not say that.
She hasn't changed. I told you that. People say she's Stassi 2.0, and I'm like, if anything, she's Stassi, but she seems a little more desperate for the attention. I love it, but it just feels like trying too hard in the interview in that first episode. Whereas like in the past, she was like, like you need me here. Like
Right,
you can't
she's
do
the
the show
cool
without
girl.
me. Like
Exactly.
yes.
You know,
And
like-
now it's like, watch me again. Somebody hire me. I want to be on TV. Let me do whatever I can do to make a good confessional. Whereas before she was right sitting
Yeah.
back and
Yeah.
saying whatever. That was the only difference.
Do you think that she is do you think she had a conversation with Katie before the Katie scenes and was like, okay, so let's like really amp this up for the cameras and then we'll come and we'll talk. You know, like, do you think it's just kind of, it's loosely based on reality, but it's also not
I
real?
actually believed it.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know. I just felt like if I was Katie, but Katie was very convincing to me too. She's like, I don't know if I want to be back on this. And I did have a feeling, which when you leave reality TV, remember, so they're talking and Stassi's like, you left as a hero. And Katie was like, because it took, but she's like, it took 11 seasons, right? And Stassi left as, you know, a pariah because she was canceled. Yeah. And the thing is, do you really, if you left up here as a hero, you really want to come back and maybe ruin that? Because you never know what's going to happen. And then 6 months, everyone could hate you again. And then you're done and everyone hates you.
Well, that's kind of how the episode started. I was shocked that Beau doesn't like Katie, that she's self-centered. Yeah. And even Stassi saying how, like, I'm crying to you about postpartum and you're just on your phone. And Katie's like, I don't remember that. And so so Stassi ghosts Katie. And it's interesting, in the second episode, Beau is with his best friend Rob, and they had a falling out, same issue of them being in different life spaces. And we've talked about this on the podcast. I don't know if it was last week, about how like one has a baby, one is still living the single life. It is hard to continue that friendship. And I think that's what happened with Katie and with Christina Kelly.
Yes, I mean, it totally makes sense because you're just at a different point in your life. You're not going to connect on those things. Like, I'm looking at my sandwich shop that's doing really great, and you're talking about your baby. Like, no thanks, you know? I mean,
and I will admit, like, we were talking, like, when you're getting married and then when you're having a baby, you're so consumed in your own, especially baby. I was so bad at it. Like, I'm here with both my kids and the double stroller in my bag. Why is that stranger not opening the door for me? Can they not see how I'm struggling? Whereas, like, now someone's walking in, I was like, oh, I should probably open the door. Like, I'm not thinking they're in this crazy, I'm not opening the door, but I'm not thinking that they are the only person that exists, that mom and her children. But in my head, that's how my world, like, anyone I talk to, like, I'm telling them about, oh, this like cereal didn't work when we tried it at 4 months and we're trying sweet potatoes. Like, you wouldn't want to hear about that, would you? Like, but in my mind, I didn't think that way. I literally thought that's all I could talk about. So I could see how, like, a Katie wouldn't want to be around me back when I had small children. I was not fun to be around. But how do you tell your friend that?
No, literally. And then I wonder also if that, well, I guess not. I was thinking maybe that had something to do with like the Lala and Katie fallout too, that they were in different stages of their life, but really that was just Lala.
I think Lala is probably someone that's not that way with being a mother. Because the way she comes off on camera, like her podcast, she doesn't just, her world is not consumed with her children and only talking about her children. Whereas Sheena is a little more like that on her podcast. Like, she'll have Kiki Monique on. And I think it was like Kiki Monique and Ryan Bailey once. And Ryan, you know, now he just had a baby, but he didn't have kids. Kiki's single. She's telling them all about little Summer Moon. And I'm thinking, they don't care.
Nobody cares.
They don't want to hear about Summer Moon. But you're so caught in your world of being a mom that's all you talk about. Like, I don't fault someone because I did it too.
Well, speaking of Sheena, she got some strays. She was on the show multiple times and she's not a cast member. I was like, oh, Sheena.
Good for Sheena. She loves it.
Oh, I bet she was so happy. I bet she was so happy.
Well, she responded on a thread somewhere. Someone asked something about someone being famous, and her response was like, infamous, and a hand raise or something. Like, she's in on the joke. And I love that.
Okay, I love that for her too.
In on the joke. I know. What was it? Something about Jessie from Mormon Girls said she asked about coming on Mormon Mom Talk or whatever because Brock is Mormon. And Stassi immediately is like, Brock's not Mormon. Like, you're clearly friends with her. You know about Sheena. Yes. And then she said, oh, well, or Jessie said he grew up Mormon or whatever. Like, Sheena's got to get that money. And that also is why I think Katie is on the show. Because how much money is the sandwich shop making? How much is she making on her podcast under Vile Files? Because I love Katie and Dana, but I've tried a couple times to listen, and it's just not entertaining for me.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I wonder if it was a nice hearty paycheck and like, okay, come back. We'll see if the show gets picked up. I think it probably will get picked up for another season. It's very good.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Should we? Oh, we got to talk about, well, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta because I just wanted to, I wanted to know what you learned about Kelly on the Carlos King podcast.
I didn't listen to all of it.
Oh, that's okay.
His is better as shows, honestly. Like, his is a production, like he's interviewed. But a lot of what she was saying, it was, to me, it reminded me of Sonia Morgan, but I got a lot of hate.
Yes, you did.
Don't you be comparing Kelly to, don't you disrespect Sonia Sonia Morgan's name like that. Just talking about how helicopters landing in her yard, like just talking about a life of wealth that she had that everyone's responding like, aren't you a little delusional? What are you talking about with your white shirt and your confessional?
Oh, like the wealth she had before Housewives or
Yes,
before
yes, that
Housewives.
maybe in childhood with her parents.
Oh,
And I mean, so much hate she got for it. I didn't know people disliked Kelly to the level that they disliked her. I mean, because Sonia Morgan was disliked for so long because of her. I
right.
partied with John, and to be told that don't you disrespect Sonia Morgan like that, I was like, oh, Kelly, like I put them on the same level, Kelly, Sonia Morgan.
I think that people, because I sometimes am like, okay, you're trying really hard. I think that Kelly and Shamia try hard. And so that is what the fandom has a hard time with, is that because it is so effortless with Portia, with,
It is.
right? Like Cynthia just works. Phaedra, she's just so natural. The shade and everything just comes off.
Angela.
Angela is right there with them. And so then you kind of see the other people that are trying hard, like all season long when she was like Portia, like, well, that doesn't really work. And it doesn't work when you just say it in your confessional. You know what I mean? Not to the
Yeah,
person's face.
a lot of
Like,
people do that. It
yeah,
doesn't. Katie Janela did that. Like it doesn't work that way at
yeah.
all. I loved Pinky in the episode when she's like, I mean, I know I was a little drunk, but I didn't understand what was happening. Angela with the when she said that she said that she said that you said that George said that this said that Tinkerbell, and then when Kay Michelle goes, there is not enough love in America for Tinkerbell to say that she is married to George because she
Oh,
loves him. That was the first thing I thought I noticed too. When they said that's George's wife, I'm like, excuse me. I paused the camera. Oh, where's Georgia? What? And he's paying Shamia? Like what?
I
No, no,
know.
no.
I was like, I wasn't expecting that to be his wife.
No, I love that Kate Michelle called it out. That and Pinky are being too drunk to understand what was happening. I literally, I did not understand what Angela was saying. That you said that Tinkerbell said that you had slept with George. Yeah, it was
I,
confusing for me. I
I
was
am
Pinky. Pinky said it for me.
right. No, it's. I'm excited for the reunion. Do you think that everyone should come back next season?
I think so. I thought it was a good season, but unfortunately, with Portia and Shamia, I don't think that they will. I don't think Portia will be okay with Shamia. I think she might have to use her, or she will use her. What's the word? Her
Housewives card.
yeah, her housewives card. Like it's not healthy for them. They know
Yeah.
too much on
Yeah.
each other. I don't like when
Yes.
it gets that dirty.
I know. It's not good.
No.
Let's switch gears because we got to talk about In the City for the
Oh
last
yeah.
time. Amanda Petula, Lindsay, and Kyle. I am glad that the show is over because it was a lot of Amanda and Kyle. What did you think about the fact that we had to listen to Kyle and Amanda talk again? Did you feel differently about Kyle and Amanda at the beginning of this reunion than you do at the end of the reunion?
Wait, I'm gonna turn it on you this time.
Okay.
You do you always ask me, so I want you to
Well,
answer
because
first.
I already know, I know that. Not really, honestly. I kind of feel the same. I'm kind of over both of them. I want them both to go away for a while. But Kyle, yeah, he wasn't a good husband in the relationship. She wasn't a good wife. Again, I think she isolated herself because she didn't share with anyone about these infidelities. And I think when you isolate yourself like that, you're not telling your best friend, your sister, your mom about the things that are happening. That's very, like that is very, like, I don't think she told Paige about
She's
those
not friends with Paige.
No, but like on the show they were friends, right?
Yeah.
And Paige would have been like, leave him. She already said,
Yes,
leave him,
she
don't
already did.
marry him, right? So like then he's cheating on you more, but you're not sharing that because you're like, well, I just need to stay in this little thing. That's why you're depressed. That's why you can't, like all this stuff, you're just holding that. I felt bad for her, but not really. I just am like, want them both to go away.
It was hard to not feel bad for her anyone that was in that position. Kyle
Yes.
looked like shit in that reunion. Like when they were talking about what he did. The problem is he defends himself in those
Yeah.
instances. You're already up here, dude. Like stay there and just take it because you're already riding high. Him coming to defend himself and try to say he didn't do anything,
Yeah.
that's not going to work. And the fact that Lindsay stayed quiet said it all. Because
Yes.
Lindsay works for women. So Lindsay not coming in hard and going after Kyle was very suspect.
Yeah, it really was. And it was just kind of like, okay, I think we're done with this because Amanda is not going to like take any accountability about the West thing. Kyle's not going to take any accountability about the Amanda thing.
No,
Let's
no.
just call it, let's end the show. Great.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I did read somewhere that, I don't know, it's rumor, but Amanda is upset because she had so many scenes that she filmed with Katie DeLuca that got cut. Well, that's kind of your own fault because
Yeah.
all she did in those scenes talking with Katie apparently was the demise of the marriage with Kyle. Well, that was supposed to be your storyline. But because you had a little scandal relationship with West, you botched it. And now we don't want to see that storyline. There's no need to because we know it's over and that you started a relationship with West. So poor Katie got caught in the crossfires because that's mainly what she filmed was talking to Amanda about it and they didn't want to show it.
That sucks for Katie and
It
for her
does.
because again, when I was watching this, I was like, Amanda, you could have been the winner of this. You were going to come
It's
out on top.
crazy.
You were going to have that divorce glow up. But because of West, you ruined everything and basically gave up your entire life because now you're not on Summer House. We'll see if she's back on In the City.
I think she will be.
You do?
I think she will be. Think about your TikToks, and if you do a TikTok on Amanda, how does it do?
It does very well.
So I think the hate
Yeah.
watch, people want to see her either be a mess because West has broken up with her. They want to see her. They want to see what does it look like when they're actually together? What does that look like?
Yeah.
People are going to watch. You take her off that show, and the ratings will tank.
And apparently there was a blind this week that said that this illiterate reality star. That's what it
Wait,
says.
no, did they
But
illiterate?
Yeah, but
reality
it
star?
wasn't illiterate. It was spelled wrong, so it was like all literate. Is
No,
that-
like alliteration. So West Wilson.
Oh, okay.
There
Thank
we go.
you.
I was like, wait.
Yeah, and so there. Oh, see that
WW,
woo,
alliteration.
That would have been yeah. So
No, they use that a lot. That's the only well, I also taught reading to second graders, and alliteration was in our curriculum. But that blind, I forgot what they're called. They like to use the word alliteration when they describe people a lot. So
okay.
that's also
Well,
why.
I read it as illiterate. I was like, this illiterate seasonal star or whatever wants to break up with his girlfriend, but he doesn't know how to do it without looking bad. So we'll see if that turns out to be true, I guess.
I think we all think that. I don't know how that's a blind. I think everybody thinks that. Tamara and Teddy were saying on their podcast, they think that they are actually going to go the long haul and that they're both kind of weird.
They both kind of are. I want to share with you my thing that I can't stop thinking about this week. And we kind of already talked about it. It's the production value of House of Stassi and Next Gen. It's just fast paced. I don't know, it's filmed differently. I loved it.
I have my 16-year-old daughter watch Next Gen. I said, let's watch something together because she's a sports
Yeah.
girl and she watches shows with my husband. She got into it and she's caught up. We started last Saturday and now
Yay!
she's watching all the after shows. I think it's that movement, that the way it moves. I was like, it's got to reach out to the younger audience. Next Gen is a little much this season with how the pacing compared to
it's
last
fast.
season. It's interesting. She says what I often says. I think there was this last week. It was a round robin episode and she's like, there was a party. Like they didn't all get together at a party.
Oh.
It wasn't as good. I'm like, I know, round robin's not as good.
No, exactly. That round robin isn't. You need if you do the round robin, you got to have a uniting party at the end to throw down, have everyone. Okay, now you have to tell me what you can't stop thinking about.
Oh, we have to
this week.
talk real quick. I want to hear your take on this. On the Valley, there was a solo cup toss. So it's the finale dinner,
Yes.
dinner party. Danny is blitzed. He just goes to sit on a couch. Like he's so out of it. And actually, wait, there's two things from the Valley now that I think
Okay.
about it. There's another thing I have to tell you because no one is talking about it. So he's on the couch. Then, Jason's got his bum knee, so he goes to sit on the couch. Lala comes sits. Janet comes sits. Clearly, they just want a scene for the finale. Danny's not changing. He refuses to apologize. You can tell Janet just hit her limit. She takes her solo cup. It has ice. There's a drink. Throws the drink in his face, then throws the actual solo cup, and you hear the boing of the solo cup on his arm. So people are so up in arms about the throw. Lala, and this is basically what it is. Lala says, because you did that, you've now taken away from everything he's done because everyone is now going to focus on the fact that you threw a drink.
Yeah, true.
Because she went so hard last season saying how what you did was essay. It was essay. She pulls out the definition of it. Well, she goes to her Instagram stories Thursday morning and says, yes, technically what I did was assault. Here's the definition. I'm not afraid to use the terms. That was like, oh,
wow.
Are you intimidating yourself? Like, could they now come after you?
I'm just so confused on what Janet is gaining from this show.
I know.
I just don't understand it because, like, the hate just doesn't stop for her. And when she even is on the right side of things, the hate doesn't stop. And then she does something like that, and then everyone is going to be against
That's the thing.
you.
Is she trying to just lean into being a villain? But Jason's just such a normal person that, like, doesn't he say, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like, let's just collect some money for a couple of years while we can, put it in the bank, and then we go back to our normal living lives. But even like, despite like everything we've seen Danny do on camera, people still hate Janet, and it amazes me. It's like, I don't really like you, but you're not wrong. But no, that and Lala, people still completely dislike her. Okay, here's the other thing, real quick, last thing. So in the scene, so like Jason is so drunk, he starts walking towards the bar because there's a bar at Brittany's house outside. And first he goes,
Jason, Janet's husband?
No. I'm so sorry. Danny is the one who's so drunk. Starts walking towards the bar, and I hear him go, Blanco or tequila? I'm like, Blanco is a type of tequila, but okay. And then the bartender is looking at him going, like eyebrows wiggling up and down, like kind of like smiling. Then her eyes track over to the camera and she looks down and starts making a drink. Like makes eye contact with Danny, doing the eyes like this, wiggling the eyebrows, smiling, sees the camera and immediately stops and starts making a drink. Am I reading too much into it? I was like, what's happening there? What's happening?
No,
I don't know. Really? I rewound it 3-4 times. Literally, I kept, and every time her eyes would catch the camera, and she'd go down, like start making a drink. I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know. Someone Danny knew. I don't know.
Right. Like, was she giving him more drinks? Is it something?
I mean, he was blitzed. It was not one of those nights where he was lying that he wasn't drinking, but was like sneaking. Oh, he was. Which, if your entire storyline is everyone coming after you for you drinking and being shady when you drink or doing inappropriate things, why would you get so wasted?
This is the thing I don't understand. And you have a family that. So I just feel like if part of the reason those two are on the show is because the brand deals, right? Or like 100%. The notoriety, the opportunities you're going to get from being on the show. The thing is, brands don't want to book someone whose storyline is being a drunk. Yeah. So keep it together, you know, so we could get these brand deals. Don't drink. So you could be like, look, I'm not drinking, losers. Yeah. I don't have a problem.
Yeah, no, he can't not. He'll sneak it.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Which, you were talking about like the Valley and there's not aspirational, whereas House of Stassi, it's like, it's the same issues. Right? Like the marriage issues and the family issue. It's the same issues, but when you put a little wealth into it, it makes it more exciting to watch.
It's true. It looks a little better. And that leads us to our rapid fire, and it is about Stassi. So you just have to say this or that, or yes or no. Team Bo or Team Katie?
I'm going to have to go for women because I work for women and support women. So I'm going to go Team Katie.
I agree.
But I'm open to hearing because Stassi also said that Katie was getting self-centered. So I'm open to hearing what they have to say, but I'm going to go with Katie.
I know it's such an interesting dynamic to see. I always thought Stassi was the queen bee in this friendship, but now I'm like, it's Katie.
I feel like early season 1 and 2, Katie would get in Stassi's face and tell it to her.
Yeah.
Katie was the only one that Stassi would cower towards.
Yeah, it's true. But I guess because on Vanderpump Rules, it was Stassi, you know what I mean? And then Katie and Kristen. So they were kind of like her minions, you know, if I could say that. Team Bo or Team Stassi?
Oh, after watching that second episode, it might be Team Bo. Just because he doesn't want to be a stay-at-home dad, and she's like, I'll pay you to be one.
I'm Team Bo because I feel like this is something I've heard in the past, and now we're seeing it, and it's like, well, you better address it before it breaks your marriage.
I've heard a couple comments that Bo is a grifter. Like a couple here and there, people saying that.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Has Stassi changed? You kind of answered that earlier.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
A little more desperate now. Doesn't think that things are just being thrown her way.
Did Stassi overreact about Beau's sister tattoo?
No. We talked about that too. Do you think she overreacted? I think there was more behind it. I don't think it was isolated
I could see myself being like that too, but I would hope in theory that I would be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Good for you guys. And then I'd be like, why did they do that?
Yeah,
right? Like,
I would be Stassi.
Oh, cool. Like, good for you.
I may not express myself and just resent him for the rest of my life.
You get my name tattooed there.
Yes.
That is all for this week of the Bravo Rundown. Thank you so much for being with us. Follow us. We are the Bravo Rundown, Real Melz of Bravo and Bravo Bravo Books of Bravo. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.